Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, amidst a government shutdown, TSA workers at Tri-Cities and Yakima airports won't get paychecks until Congress acts. What other sectors could also be affected? Plus, a string of thefts at Tri-Cities grocery stores has officials warning residents what we know about the family of 3 apparently targeting shoppers. And health insurance premiums could jump by 23% for hundreds of thousands of people in Washington, while one area senator says Congress must act now. And we have meteorologist Josh Culbreth in for Stacey Lee tonight. Is fall weather starting to settle in? Find out. Your News at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for Apple Valley News Now live at 6. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin is off tonight. First at 6, the federal government is now shut down for the first time in 7 years. The impacts are being felt throughout the region. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells us what this shutdown means locally and what it could end up affecting.
From air travel to national parks, a government shutdown can impact a lot of different things, and those effects can become huge the longer it lasts. The shutdown started Wednesday at midnight after the U.S. Senate couldn't pass a plan to fund the government. The shutdown is over a funding debate on health care, with Democrats saying that they want to reverse Medicare cuts to the big beautiful bill.
Well, health care rates for next year are being finalized right now. Rate hikes will be in the mail any day. Open enrollment is weeks away. And still, Republicans have refused to lift a finger to prevent millions of families from being hit with massive costs.
On the opposite side of the aisle, Republicans say that the Medicare debate should be separate from the funding bill, which has now put the parties at a stalemate. And now, many services and programs in Washington and Oregon will be affected until the shutdown ends. And a major one is air travel. Without government funding, TSA workers at the Tri-Cities and Yakima airports will have their pay furloughed, which means that they won't be getting checks until the shutdown ends. And during the last government shutdown in 2018, many TSA agents took sick days in order to make up for some lost money, which caused delays in even some terminals to shut down across the country. And in total, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that around 750,000 essential workers will have their pay furloughed each day of the shutdown, which locally could include workers from VA medical centers and clinics and national parks. The longer the shutdown goes for, the higher the risk of short staffing and backups, although Vice President J.D. Vance says he expects things to return to normal soon.
But I actually don't think it's going to be that long of a shutdown. This is a pure guess from the Vice President of the United States because I think you already saw some evidence that moderate Democrats are cracking a little bit. They understand the fundamental illogic of this.
Washington District 4 Representative Dan Newhouse says that since many other federal workers are having their wages furloughed during the shutdown, he is asking for his payments to be withheld until an agreement is made. Newhouse said in an email that he voted to prevent the shutdown and that he believes that no one benefits when the government is closed. The shutdown will end once a bill is passed and signed to fund the government. Reporting from Kennewick, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Caleb. The last government shutdown lasted 35 days. Well, a bit of a rainy evening for many in the Tri-Cities area. Could more be on the way? Let's take a first check of your weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth in for Stacey Lee tonight.
Well, we're going to continue to have rain chances through tomorrow evening, but the forecast turning mostly dry for Friday into the weekend and for next week, and highs staying in the 60s and 70s for lower elevations, so a very fall-like feel out there. For tonight, again, chances for showers and thunderstorms. We'll show you the precip chances in just a second. Overnight lows going to be down mostly into the 40s and 50s, but could have some mid-30s in the Kittitas Valley, 30s in the Cascades, and 40s for the Blues. Wind gusts for tonight, a little bit breezy for Sadish Pass and for Blewett Pass, but for the rest of us, calm winds. Then for tomorrow, some leftover showers on the map, still partly to mostly cloudy. Highs going to be in the 60s for lower elevations, feeling very fall-like out there. 50s in the Cascades and 50s for the Blues. And the winds still a little bit breezy for Sadish Pass and Blewett Pass, but for the rest of us, we'll have calm winds. Those precip chances for tonight, rain looking likely in the Cascades. Also, it's looking likely in the foothills and for the Blues. But you see for tomorrow, not as likely, but still about 50-50 chances for the Blues. And I'll time out all this with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Switching gears now to sports. The Tri-City Americans are just days away from taking on the Wenatchee Wild. But tonight, fans got to interact with players at the Toyota Center. That's where we find our very own Dan Hansen. Dan, I understand the party is wrapping up, so really tell us what this event means to players.
Hey, yeah, Wendy, it meant a lot, just from what I've witnessed here. And, you know, I've got Americans head coach Jody Hull here. Jody, how important is it for events like this for you guys to mingle with the fans in the community?
Well, I think, that's what sports is all about, is getting out in the community. And, a lot of times most fans can only relate to players with their helmets and stuff on and equipment, their jerseys. But when they get out here with their street clothes on and realize that, yeah, they're just normal people, it's important. And it's, great to see the turnout here tonight.
Jody, look like, we got to remember these are teenagers, but they were running around just being kids themselves. What kind of energy do you want to see from today's event, maybe transfer over to the ice?
Well, I think it's just the age. Every day you hope that happens, right? And is it going to happen every day? No, we realize that. But for the most part, our guys have been great and they've been working hard. And, as long as we continue to do that, I think the results will eventually come.
Okay. And then, Jody, lastly, describe the style of hockey fans can expect this season.
Well, I think we got a little bit of a youth movement in our group this year, but, that being said, I think we're going to be a hard-working team. We're going to compete for 60 minutes. There's going to be no lulls in the game, and, at the end of the day, it's just playing tenacious hockey, and, we've been striving from that since day one, and, the guys have been buying into it also.
Perfect. Jody, thanks so much. Guys, it is just wrapping up, but you can catch the boys back here at the Toyota Center this weekend taking on Wenatchee. Live in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Looks like it was a good time out there, Dan. Thanks so much. Now on to a crime alert. The Kennewick Police Department is alerting residents following a string of thefts at area grocery stores during the summer. Investigators report a family of three identified as 39-year-old George Stefan, a woman, and a juvenile male were traveling in a Toyota Sienna with a California license plate, apparently stealing wallets and phones from unsuspecting shoppers. They say their primary targets have been women shopping alone with unattended purses. Officials say during the thefts, one suspect distracts the victim while another slips out wallets and cell phones, leaving the purse behind. Police say the group used stolen bank cards to make purchases exceeding $14,000, including electronics and gift cards. The suspects were last spotted near the Oregon-California border. After uncertainty over who would lead the Benton County Sheriff's Office, commissioners officially named Lieutenant Mike Clark as the county's interim sheriff. Clark has been with the Sheriff's Office for 22 years. He's led the Community Services Division, overseeing outreach, Marine Patrol, school resource officers, training, and SWAT. Clark also serves as the Sheriff's Office spokesperson and has helped launch wellness programs for deputies.
I appreciate your guys' support, obviously, as we move through this process. I appreciate your guys' support of me and your desire to move the office forward, and then look forward to the next steps as we go through this process to get a more permanent person in there.
Clark is stepping in after years of transition within the Sheriff's Office, and commissioners say they believe his leadership will bring stability. Healthcare premiums for hundreds of thousands of people in Washington could be on the rise next year. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us why experts are sounding the alarm about expiring tax credits that help working families afford coverage.
Tax credits created under the American Rescue Plan helped bring down health insurance costs for more than 216,000 Washingtonians. But those savings could disappear at the end of the year unless Congress acts. But with the government shutdown, it could prove costly in more ways than one.
We have to act now. Families know it, patients know it, small business owners know it. And that's why Democrats are insisting on acting now.
Insurers have already filed for double-digit rate hikes, some as high as 23%. State officials say the impact would be immediate and devastating.
This year, insurers requested a 21.2% rate increase. We found that 21% was justified, and state law requires us to approve that rate change if they can justify their request. Up to 7% of that increase, however, is due to the expiration of the enhanced premium tax credits. And I want to be clear, that's just the base rate increase, not the net increase that people will see.
The strain isn't just on families, it's also hitting small business owners who rely on the ACA for their own coverage.
We're not large enough to provide me and my family with employer-sponsored health insurance. And that's why the ACA was a lifeline for me, because it allowed us to focus on building our business without my agonizing over how to secure health insurance.
Murray is pushing legislation to make the credits permanent. Some Republicans say they're willing to talk, but need to prioritize the help for people that need it the most.
Let's go back to the way the ACA was written, which was for people that were making less than 400% of poverty level.
But Murray warns time is running out to stop what she calls a preventable disaster. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Senator Murray says more than 80,000 people in Washington alone could lose coverage if the credits expire. Still ahead here on the News at 6, Washington wages are going up. We'll tell you what you can expect and when. Plus, Josh is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Stay with us.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleynewsnow.com to see how you can help.
Legacy lives in the people who've made this place home. For decades, Hapo and Community First Bank have been part of that legacy. Different names, same mission, invested in every relationship. We're coming together to keep building what matters, because legacy doesn't end. It lives on in every loan, every dream, every member helped.
Hi, welcome to Hapo.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clayton was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Escape the noise. Step inside Sage Spa at Legends Casino Hotel, where serenity meets luxury. Indulge in rejuvenating treatments, expert care, and the peaceful reset you've been craving. From soothing body rituals and revitalizing facials to wellness pods and more, Sage Spa is your moment to truly unwind. Treat yourself to the experience you deserve. Book your escape today at Sage Spa, exclusively at Legends Casino Hotel.
For decades, CG Public House has been known for fresh, chef-inspired meals and seasonal specialty menus. When the weather's right, enjoy patio dining with dog-friendly amenities that make everyone feel welcome. Pair your favorite dishes with handcrafted cocktails and premium local wines for the perfect dining experience. Don't miss the Pendleton Beef Prime Rib, served every Friday and Saturday. And be sure to finish with a slice of our famous homemade pie. Join us to make CG Public House your favorite dine-out.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch.
U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Welcome back. The state minimum wage of $16.66, already the highest in the U.S., by the way, will be going up again on January 1st, 2026. Officials with the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries announced the 2.8% increase on Tuesday, which comes out to $17.13 an hour. Workers who are 14 or 15 years old will see a 40-cent increase, making it $14.56 in the new year. The federal minimum wage remains $7.25. With dwindling water supplies in the Yakima Basin, the need for storage is becoming more crucial. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials from the Kennewick Irrigation District about projects aimed at addressing the shortage.
The Yakima Basin is now in its third consecutive year of drought, causing low stream flows and reduced water allotments for junior water rights holders like the Kennewick and Rosa irrigation districts, which are now only getting 40% of their full entitlement. And with new restrictions on surface water use from the Department of Ecology set to take effect October 6th, officials say additional storage is critical.
When we think of storage, we've all paid attention to the Colorado River Basin. You're watching Lake Mead and Lake Powell, and they're showing the bathtub rings and years of storage going out and then finally getting to the point where they're not having enough water. Well, in the Yakima Basin, every year can be like that.
Mick Shane says one storage project already in the works is the Springwood Reservoir in Kittitas County.
So one big project like that is Springwood Reservoir that's being worked on right now up in the Kittitas County, and that reservoir will provide significant volumes of storage available to provide augmentation for fisheries, as well as helping our overall water use in the area.
Closer to home, the Kennewick Irrigation District is also developing its own Central Reservoir project.
And so our Central Reservoir project is a proposed 12,000 acre-foot reservoir to provide additional water storage and supply for our region, or our portion of the region. 12,000 acre-feet is more than 10% of the KID's water supply for the year.
Having extra storage is absolutely critical, especially with the potential for a fourth consecutive year of drought. However, KID officials tell me that having extra storage is no small feat and takes a bit of planning.
Surface water storage is hard to get done. They're expensive projects. They take a lot of land. They're projects that people don't always understand what the need for because of the expense. And when water supply is good and the snow falls there, folks don't necessarily feel like you need it. But as we can see over the last 3 years, we absolutely do. And we need additional storage both up and down the basin.
The Kennewick Irrigation District says it's working to meet the community demands while planning for the future of water storage. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Currently, the Yakima Basin has about 1 million acre-feet of storage capacity, but uses more than 2.4 million acre-feet each year outside of the river.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Well, before we talk about the rain chances over the next day or so, first let's talk about the smoke or lack thereof. Here's Futurecast upper level smoke, and you can see, yeah, there could be some smoke or haze coming from the Wildcat fire burning in Yakima County or from the Labor Mountain fire that's burning right on the border of Kittitas and Chelan counties, but not expecting any significant widespread reductions to air quality. In fact, a lot of us not even expecting any smoke, lower level or upper level. But we'll continue to have some smoke or haze downwind of those fires in northwestern Yakima County, Kittitas County, into Chelan counties. But for the rest of us, things looking A-OK out there. Okay, and that situation getting helped out by this situation, the rainfall. So let's time it out with Futurecast radar. We put this into motion for this evening, and come time for around midnight, there could be something that could resemble an atmospheric river over the basin, over the foothills, and especially over the Blue Mountains. So that's going to continue to impact us into Thursday morning, just some leftover showers at that point. And then throughout the day on Thursday, the mode is going to continue to be that of just scattered showers across the map. Doesn't look like it's going to be a washout. We'll trend drier into the evening and then much drier for Friday and for Saturday. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting through 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Around 0.2 inches of rain in the Cascades, 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the Blues. Points in between, we're going to have to scrap and claw to even pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Like I said, into Friday, drier, 10 to 20% chances of rainfall for Snoqualmie Pass, for White Pass, but the rest of us looking dry. And we're just going to run it back for Saturday as once again, little chances of rainfall in the Cascades for I-90 and US 12, but the rest of us looking pretty dry. Should end up being a fantastic weekend out there. And then even in the mountains, we're going to go completely dry for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not fantastic news when it comes to containment efforts of those fires burning up in the Cascades. We want to see widespread wetting rainfall to finally put fire season to bed, but so far it just doesn't look like we have that kind of rainfall in the forecast as of now. Temperatures staying very seasonal, if not a little bit below average for the first and second weeks of October, 60s and 70s, not only in the Tri-Cities, but really for all lower elevations that we serve. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Shower chances picking up tonight, then a few sprinkles left over Thursday. For Yakima, rain chances going down tomorrow, then a gorgeous forecast after that. For Ellensburg, a 50-50 chance of rain for for Thursday, then sunshine and, it's going to be dry for Thursday, then sunshine in 60s and 70s beyond that. Beautiful forecast. And then for Hermiston, low-end rain chances tomorrow, postcard weather after that. And then for Walla Walla, periods of showers possible tonight into Thursday, then off to the races with the beautiful weather. Look at that. Friday through Wednesday, bounce between 67 to 71. Lots of sunshine. Can't complain about that one.
No complaints here, Josh. Thanks so much. Dual hurricane systems generate 12-foot waves. We'll tell you all about the destruction it's leaving behind when we come back.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. But I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my two girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. Save now on any electrical repair. Call Vance to schedule your appointment or book online today.
Want to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Then join our team at Apple Valley News Now. We're looking for people passionate about helping local businesses thrive in today's evolving market. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Time to check this out. Hurricanes Humberto and Imelda are churning in the Atlantic Ocean. While the storms have not made landfall, their outer bands are having a big impact along North Carolina's coast. Look at this. This was the scene earlier on Tuesday in the Outer Banks. Whoa, down that house goes. Rough surf and coastal flooding just battered the region there. The conditions caused at least 6 homes to collapse. The National Weather Service says the storms could produce larger than normal waves. Up to 12 feet higher is possible. And take a look here. A dust devil spins across an empty field in Texas on Tuesday. If you see this video here, this was captured by a driver. You see the brown dirt and dust seen swirling around the field and then dissipating as it's about to cross the highway there. This was just outside of Austin. Still ahead in our 6:30 half hour, illegal fireworks spark a field fire in Franklin County overnight. What officials want you to know when we come back.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Roll into some serious cash this October at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. $50,000 is up for grabs for every winner. Roll the dice to reveal your poker hand. Hit a royal flush and win $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. No royal flush? No problem. Every hand wins cash or free play. Then join us Saturday, November 1st for not 1 but 2 grand prize drawings with 6 winners. Come roll for the Royal at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. It's the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, only from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next, E.T. Charlie Hunnam on his killer next chapter.
A little intimidated.
Plus, in other words...
Hi, I'm Tim Allen, and this is my E.T. retrospective.
Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
I will be like crying every single day. So like when I went with my friend, like I started to get used to it already.
Well, coming up on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30, known as a role model and good friend to other kids, we'll tell you all about a girl who is getting a special delivery in return. Plus, we'll tell you how a cemetery in Pasco is preparing to honor veterans at an event that's returning for a third year. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Thank you so much for staying with us here for the news at 6:30. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin is off tonight, but as always, we still do want to begin with a quick look of your forecast. I know a lot of folks in the Tri-Cities area saw rain. Could more be on the way? Let's check in with Josh Culbreth.
Well, we're going to continue to have rain chances through tomorrow evening, but the forecast turning mostly dry for Friday into the weekend and for next week, and highs staying in the 60s and 70s for lower elevations, so a very fall-like feel out there. For tonight, again, chances for showers and thunderstorms. We'll show you the precip chances in just a second. Overnight lows going to be down mostly into the 40s and 50s, but could have some mid-30s in the Kittitas Valley, 30s in the Cascades, and 40s for the Blues. Wind gusts for tonight, a little bit breezy for Sadish Pass and for Blewett Pass, but for the rest of us, calm winds. Then for tomorrow, some leftover showers on the map, still partly to mostly cloudy. Highs going to be in the 60s for lower elevations, feeling very fall-like out there. 50s in the Cascades and 50s for the Blues. And the winds still a little bit breezy for Sadish Pass and Blewett Pass, but for the rest of us, we'll have calm winds. Those precip chances for tonight, rain looking likely in the Cascades. Also, it's looking likely in the foothills and for the Blues. But you see for tomorrow, not as likely, but still about 50-50 chances for the Blues. And I'll time out all this with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. We'll stay tuned for that. In the meanwhile, a crime alert for you now. Deputies with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office responded to a fireworks complaint, which led to a fire north of Oak Crest and east of Taylor Flats. Take a look. This happened shortly after 11 o'clock last night, and you can just see the glow there. Officials say the blaze was in a field but was contained with no injuries or damage to nearby crops, structure, or livestock. Tonight, officials are reminding everyone fireworks are illegal in the county. In local living, Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts program gives bicycles to kids in need, and we just gave a bike to a little girl named Isabella.
I will be like crying every single day. So like when I went with my friend, like I started to get used to it already.
Oh, I'm glad she's getting used to it. But Isabella actually started at the Pasco Boys and Girls Club as a shy kindergartner who would cry when she had to be separated from her big brother. Now she is a role model for other kids and is always finding ways to be helpful, which is why the Boys and Girls Club chose her to receive a new bike.
Isabella was chosen for the bike recipient this month because she is extremely kind. She's very reliable. She's a great help with the staff whenever we need anything. She's a good friend, as you guys can see. She brought her best friend Eva along with her today.
A good friend indeed. Isabella's bike was sponsored by the Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons in Kennewick, which also gave her a bag of goodies to enjoy.
And so, but when I see a nice kid, it always makes my day. That kids are respectful, kids are friendly, and today to see Isabella and her friend here to see this bike, it made me really happy because I get the sense that she is a really good kid.
I think it made her very happy as well. Young Hearts is made possible by Bikes for Tykes. If your business would like to sponsor a bike in the future, you can call our main line. That number is 509-735-8369. Making a difference now, City View Cemetery in Pasco is preparing once again to honor veterans this holiday season. On December 13th, wreaths across America will return to the cemetery for the third year in a row. The event places remembrance wreaths on the graves of nearly 1,000 identified veterans dating back as far as the Spanish-American War. Organizers say the goal is 100% coverage, ensuring every veteran is honored.
I had one family out here explaining that their father, he was a pilot. The kids didn't even know. And it was interesting to me to see that history and that lineage come together and then it not get forgotten.
It's all about remembering and not forgetting. The cemetery is still asking for wreath sponsorships and volunteers. For more information, it's easy. Just head on over to AppleValleyNewsNow.com for more details. On the sports beat now, Southridge's cheer team is more than just sideline spirit. They tackle powerful routines and stunts in competitions while also being leaders on and off the field. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable gives us all a closer look at the work they put in.
Cheerleading is a unique sport that performs during other sporting events as well as alone in competitions. The two styles have their similarities and differences.
Compete, we have mats like this versus when you're doing sideline cheer, you're on track or basketball, the court. And so we do a lot more difficult stunts when you're competing. Also, the routines are long, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds is how long the traditional routine is when we compete. Versus being out on the sideline for 4 hours, you can kind of pack in that difficulty a little bit more, rather than when you're out there for 4 hours, you have to spread it out a little bit.
While the cheer team is normally the ones offering support to Southridge, the community stepped in to give them support to the tune of nearly $6,000. That money going towards team needs as well as registration fees.
For everything from equipment like signs or flags and mats to competition fees and anything we do for the school as well.
Gia Scavazzo is coaching her first year at Southridge, a change that has been welcomed by her athletes.
I feel like we looked really polished this year. I like the look that we're going for this year, and I'm so excited. I already know these girls are working so hard, and I'm so proud of all of them, and I just can't wait for this year for comp and sideline.
We're a lot more unified, and I feel like we just get along very well, and we're not fighting with the coach, we're just all of the team.
And their new coach looks at her team as much more than just sideline entertainment.
We're cheerleading. The second half of that is leading, and one thing I love about my group of girls is they're really good at that second half. They're leaders in the school, and I feel like they're leaders in their community, and I'm just really proud of who they are as humans as well as athletes.
The team is confident they have put in the work for competition and are ready to see you on the sidelines. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Looks like they put on quite the show. Cheer competitions will begin in late November, and Southridge is hopeful to make this state competition at the turn of the new year. Of course, we'll keep you posted. Making national headlines now, a high-rise building in the Bronx, New York, partially collapsed this morning. Search and rescue crews rushed to the scene to help. Ivan Rodriguez has the very latest.
Terrifying moment as an entire corner of a public house building in the Bronx, New York, turns to rubble. One nearby resident says it felt like an earthquake.
All of a sudden, I felt it like a shock.
No injuries or deaths have been reported. New York City Fire Commissioner Robert Tucker says they believe part of the collapse happened in a ventilation shaft connected to the boiler.
We believe that's where the explosion occurred, but that's going to be for our fire marshals and the NYPD and all of our investigative partners to investigate.
Officials say building inspectors are examining the foundation of the building as well as the apartments in the affected area to make sure the building is structurally sound. City housing records show no open violations.
Some demolition is going to take place today to remove the remnants of that chimney, to get into the basement, and then to restore services, heat, hot water, and cooking gas to the campus.
Congressman Richie Torres, who represents the area, says he worries this incident could lead to families being displaced.
It's actually a federal housing development, and so my view is that HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, needs to do everything it can to assist the city of New York in restoring the building and in relocating these families.
As the investigation continues, he's concerned about similar buildings in the area that have been aging rapidly.
Public housing in New York City has been so savagely starved of funding by the federal government. It would cost $80 billion to bring New York City public housing into a state of good repair.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
A lot more still ahead here on the news at 6:30, including this. Looking for a running buddy? Tonight in Operation Best Friend, we will meet Horton, the playful pup, hoping you'll make him part of your family. Then Josh is coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast as we leave you with this live look from Kennewick.
Jay Dalia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
Experience the magic of historic downtown Prosser from September 25th to 28th with the Balloon Rally and Street Painting Festival. Watch talented artists bring the streets to life with vibrant chalk art starting Thursday night. Join us Saturday for the grand reveal of the stunning street chalk masterpieces, followed by the mesmerizing night glow of the Balloon Rally. It's a weekend full of color, creativity, and community spirit you won't want to miss. Mark your calendars and come celebrate with us in historic downtown Prosser.
There's no place like home at Legends Casino Hotel. Every Thursday in October, join us for the Wicked Winnings cash drawings with up to $180,000 in cash prizes. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries, and you could step up to the game board for a chance at a witchy $10,000. Click your heels, follow the yellow brick road, and leave those flying monkeys at home, because you're not in Kansas anymore. You're at Legends Casino Hotel.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Welcome back. Time now for Operation Best Friend. Tonight we're introducing you to Horton, a 10-month-old terrier mix with a big personality and an even bigger heart. He is neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. Now all he needs is a forever home. Here's Hannah from the Benton Franklin Humane Society with a closer look.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Houses, Christine Connolly Realtor, and by Manthite Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm from the Benton Franklin Humane Society, and today with me I have brought Horton. Horton is a 10-month-old terrier mix and has been with us at the shelter for about 40 days. Horton originally came in with his brother Ned, who has already been adopted, so Horton is still looking for his forever home. Horton loves to play in playgroup. He loves hanging out at the shelter with his friends. He loves to join in playgroup. He loves to chase them around and do lots of play bows. Now Horton is still a puppy and he is still working on his puppy manners. He kind of knows how to sit if you give him the right treats, and he's still working on his leash manners. He's just a bundle of energy, and he's so excited to say hi and see everybody. He would love to go home with somebody who would continue his puppy training. As you can see, he's very energetic, so he wouldn't mind going home with somebody who already has a dog. He would probably love to have a sibling again. Horton's already neutered, up to date on vaccines and microchips, so he's ready to go home today. He's just looking for that right person to see him and fall in love the way we have. So on Saturday, we will be having our 8th annual The Fast and the Furious 1K/5K race. Horton will be there along with all of his buddies from the shelter. It'll be a Halloween costume contest. If you're bringing your furry friend, make sure you bring them in a costume, as we will be having a Halloween costume contest, and they'll have a chance to win a basket for the best dressed pup. All of the proceeds will go directly towards the funding of our animals for a dog just like Horton in need who is still looking for his forever home. If you are interested in meeting Horton, you can stop by the shelter. We are open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 through 4, or you can also send us an email.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Well, before we talk about the rain chances over the next day or so, first let's talk about the smoke or lack thereof. Here's Futurecast upper level smoke, and you can see, yeah, there could be some smoke or haze coming from the Wildcat fire burning in Yakima County, or from the Labor Mountain fire that's burning right on the border of Kittitas and Chelan counties, but not expecting any significant widespread reductions to air quality. In fact, a lot of us not even expecting any smoke, lower level or upper level. But we'll continue to have some smoke or haze downwind of those fires in northwestern Yakima County, Kittitas County, into Chelan counties. But for the rest of us, things looking A-OK out there. Okay, and that situation getting helped out by this situation, the rainfall. So let's time it out with Futurecast radar. We put this into motion for this evening, and come time for around midnight, there could be something that could resemble an atmospheric river over the basin, over the foothills, and especially over the Blue Mountains. So that's going to continue to impact us into Thursday morning, just some leftover showers at that point. And then throughout the day on Thursday, the mode is going to continue to be that of just scattered showers across the map. Doesn't look like it's going to be a washout. We'll trend drier into the evening, and then much drier for Friday and for Saturday. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting through 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Around 0.2 inches of rain in the Cascades, 0.2 to 0.3 inches for the Blues. Points in between, we're going to have to scrap and claw to even pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Like I said, into Friday, drier. 10 to 20% chances of rainfall for Snoqualmie Pass, for White Pass, but the rest of us looking dry. And we're just going to run it back for Saturday, as once again, little chances of rainfall in the Cascades for I-90 and US 12, but the rest of us looking pretty dry. Should end up being a fantastic weekend out there. And then even in the mountains, we're going to go completely dry for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not fantastic news when it comes to containment efforts of those fires burning up in the Cascades. We want to see widespread wetting rainfall to finally put fire season to bed, but so far it just doesn't look like we have that kind of rainfall in the forecast as of now. Temperatures staying very seasonal, if not a little bit below average for the first and second weeks of October. 60s and 70s, not only in the Tri-Cities, but really for all lower elevations that we serve. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Shower chances picking up tonight, then a few sprinkles left over Thursday. For Yakima, rain chances going down tomorrow, then a gorgeous forecast after that. For Ellensburg, a 50-50 chance of rain for for Thursday, then sunshine and, it's going to be dry for Thursday, then sunshine in 60s and 70s beyond that. Beautiful forecast. And then for Hermiston, low-end rain chances tomorrow, postcard weather after that. And then for Walla Walla, periods of showers possible tonight into Thursday, then off to the races with the beautiful weather. Look at that. Friday through Wednesday, bounce between 67 to 71. Lots of sunshine. Can't complain about that one.
Yep, no complaints from me, Josh. That's looking pretty great. Thanks so much. Well, still ahead, we'll tell you all about a coffee rebranding that's aiming to reflect the signs of the time, even if just temporarily.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Hello there, watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Time now for what's trending. It's a sign of the times. The Census Bureau says nearly a third of Americans are choosing to rent rather than buy. And now there's a coffee brand that reflects this moment. It's actually a rebrand. Maxwell House is changing to Maxwell Apartment for a limited time. The company says Americans are looking for good value, whether it's where they choose to live or what coffee they drink. They say Maxwell Apartment offers a quality cup of joe without a pricey trip to the coffee shop. The company is offering what it calls a 12-month lease of Maxwell Apartment, available now on Amazon for under $40. Maxwell Apartment, not quite the same ring, I don't think, as Maxwell House, but there you go, just a temporary change. The woman who changed the way the world looks at wildlife is now sadly gone. Legendary conservationist Dr. Jane Goodall died today of natural causes. That's according to her namesake institute. Officials there say Goodall was a tireless advocate for the protection and restoration of our natural world. Goodall's field work with chimpanzees included documentation of the primates' emotions and personality traits. She is also credited with changing the overall way scientists study animals. Goodall had been on a speaking tour of the U.S. when she died. She was 91 years old. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have your reason to smile. Stay with us.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Are you an energy worker receiving home health care? Don't settle. It's time to choose better care. At CNS Cares, our local nurses provide reliable care you can count on. Your dedicated care manager will help you get all the care and benefits you've earned.
My first provider made a lot of promises. CNS Cares has delivered.
Find out why more families are switching to CNS Cares. Visit cnscares.com.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the audiences who feel, and the moments that turn an idea into one-of-a-kind creative expression. Here for the musicians who speak to the soul and lift our spirits. Here for the opening night nerves and the standing ovations, because we know it's not just a Thursday night show. It's a memory that stays with them for life. STCU, here for good.
It matters every day and every night. It matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it.
We'd be happy to help you.
Making sure everyone feels welcomed and rewarded.
$Extra on the way out, okay?
It matters that we're here for what the doctor prescribed.
Thanks so much, Eric.
And also, just what the doctor ordered.
Need some help?
Right by your side.
Hi, Alex.
Right when you need us.
I'm gonna go grab that for you, okay?
Welcome to CVS. Join us.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Well, for tonight, rain chance is going to pick up specifically for the basin and foothills. See those overnight lows, a wide array, 30s in the Kittitas Valley, 40s for the Yakima Valley and the basin, and around 50 for the Walla Walla Valley. Then for tomorrow, highs only getting into the 60s. We'll have some leftover showers, looking essentially dry in the Kittitas Valley. And the bottom line for the forecast, rain chances continuing through Thursday evening, looking much drier for Friday into the weekend, and highs for lower elevations staying in fall territory in the 60s and 70s.
Thank you so much, Josh. Hey, pause what you're doing and take a look at this. This is your reason to smile, and Chuck just sent us a very gorgeous photo of a sunrise by the river out in Richland. If you would like to get your weather photo on the air, just scan that QR code at the top of your screen so you can submit your weather photos. We would love to see them. As always, this is sponsored by Lifetime Dental Care. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll see you right back here for the news at 11. Have a good night, everyone.